Y'all, even super rich women who have weddings like this end up with hobosexuals. For anybody who doesn't know what that term means, it is like parasitic men who find women who will do all the work, who have all the money, and they suck the life out of the money, financially ruin them, ruin their lives, and oftentimes unalive them. As somebody who dated one of these men, I'm telling y'all, they are literally parasites. And even your money will not protect you from these men. In fact, the more successful you are and the more money you have, the more you have to be on the lookout for these dudes. Like, there's so much to this story. I don't even know where to start. But so many of my points are proven by this woman right now who seems unbelievably delusional and also is the perfect example of where we're at. And as someone who lives in France and knows how the US Americans are perceived, this just fed right into this narrative that we're just nuts. White Americans in particular, because it's usually only white US Americans who would ever have the audacity to do something like this. I'm not saying that it's just white people, but it usually is. And the fact that they're Southern makes it so much perfect. As a woman, a white woman from the South, all of the things, it's, oh God. Now I can't figure out if this wedding cost $59 million or $89 million or $100 million, because I'm seeing so many different reports. But I think it's so funny. First of all, people who fly on private jets, I already can't stand you. So this is him and his mommy. Now they're from Nashville, which is where I'm from, y'all. And even though it seems like he may come from money, apparently his mom is a lawyer. But this is his family. I don't know. It's really interesting to see the way that dynamics play out between old money and new money. Just in general, but especially in the South, between white people. Everything is very extreme there. And so all the problems that I see in general in the United States and, in Western countries in general, but especially the southeastern part of the United States, is because of our history being so violent and so extreme in its violence. All of the United States history is violent. I mean, we're a country literally started, our groundwork was genocide and chattel slavery. So that's our foundation. Our founding fathers owned people. But the South, because that's where so much of this was happening, you see all of these things that are the intersections of racism and white supremacy culture, and particularly anti-blackness and misogyny and capitalism and classism and all the things. So this Southern white boy found himself a rich white woman, an heiress or whatever to some car dealership fortune, and they had imagine having this wedding, knowing about the housing crisis and Palestine and Haiti and Congo and all, knowing what all is going on in the world right now. I know they planned this wedding a long time ago, whatever, but knowing just billionaires are the villain now. They always have been, but we actually see them as the villain now, finally. And most people, I hope, instead of being oh, I want to be Jeff Bezos, now we're fork Jeff Bezos, eat the rich. And so for them to just be look, proudly flaunt, look at that. It's cake within a cake within a cake. What is this? This cake is expensive, but it's a tiny part of this cake, which I don't. And the fact that this dude is a criminal. He's literally going to go to jail, most likely. And this chick was yeah, let's just have this massive wedding and make me a star. Did she not think that we were gonna find out about this? If I were her, knowing, this dude got arrested in March. Did she just not think the internet would find out about this? I actually heard about this before the real story broke, because one of my people I follow, he's a reporter for the Daily Beast, and he just posted a thing did anybody realize this dude is probably going to jail? And then it just took off from there. I was oh my God. So I've been kind of waiting to find out more information by making this video, but it's so perfect. This woman really thought that none of us would find out, and no one can, because we just remember her as the woman who had the wedding of the century, wasted tens of millions, if not $100 million, getting married publicly to this loser. And this obsession, like this hyper-capitalist vision of weddings. And by the way, that's not all our fault. I know a lot of like Europeans especially make fun of the US Americans' obsession with weddings. There's a lot of reasons for that, but it's not our fault that we have so much propaganda all the time. There's a reason why we are turned Bridezillas exist. I'm not saying they don't exist in other countries, but it is like, it's bonkers in the US. People will spend money on a wedding and then not have money to buy a house. But the pressure to have a big wedding is so big. But imagine like, she wanted this shot so bad. She wanted those Instagram reels, which I'm going to show in a minute. She wanted this so bad that she wasn't worried about him maybe spending 25 years to 99 years in prison for what he did. She's like, no, it's okay. Like that level of delusion. I know I have had a lot of delusion in my life. I'm sure I still live under some, but her just being like, no, it's good. I want my wedding. I want my wedding. Like this is this dude on his way in a private jet to France to go marry that woman. Like, I don't know if this dude is just making fun of himself, but like I really wish that people should be ashamed to take photos in private jets, right? Like, even Taylor Swift is trying to distract us from the fact that she uses a private jet because she's starting to realize that, like, they are responsible for the planet burning more than any of us. But I just, like, I cannot imagine. Like, what is he wearing? What are you wearing? Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at the flowers. Apparently, it took 25 people in like 6 days to make to just do the flowers alone. But I love the fact that they have Adam Levine or whatever his name is. Like, it's so perfect. This douche who like cheated, almost named his daughter after his mistress is like, that's so perfect. But even like her 4-day, what do you call it? Bachelorette party, what is it called? I don't know. I didn't really have one because I didn't care. I mean, whatever. We went to a lake. Anyway. Like, look at all this shit. Like, this was like one of the parties. There's another one, but she like, does she not see? Like, is she making fun of the fact that she is like that her people are gonna get their heads one day if they keep this up? Like, I don't understand. Are you making fun of yourself? Or are you for real about this? And then there's like this other party. Like, this is all before they even got to France. I used to work in the film industry and I've worked events. And one of the things that I found the most disgusting about that industry is how much money is wasted. Now, I know parties are great. I'm not saying you can't have parties, but the amount of, you know, as somebody who also was like an environmental educator for a long time, like going into the film industry after like living in my truck and teaching rich kids how to give a crap about the environment was so weird to me, because I'm like, oh wait, now I'm a part of the industry that is ruining the world. As much as I love film, like, it is so wasteful. So this girl being like, I'm getting married, it's the thing of the century, I'm that important, I'm marrying a man who seems to be unemployed since 2018. I don't know. The last job he had was being a production assistant, which, like, bro, do y'all know what a production assistant is? That is the bottom rung of the entertainment industry. Like, PAs are the people that get made fun of. It's not even a personal assistant. Now, that's a much bigger job, but production assistant, what? And also to this dude, I gotta make a video on this dude. Besides the fact he is unbelievably racist, he also cheated on his wife and left her and his children for another woman. Anyway, so this all checks out. Now, despite her husband literally just showing up in court a few days ago to maybe possibly face lifetime in prison, she's spotted just going along with her business, you know, getting her nails done. Like she's had since March to figure this out. And she's like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it. I want my wedding. I also think it's funny they started dating in March 2020. Y'all are like in confinement, no? What is this, a Zoom relationship? But yeah, this man, no one knows what his job is. He shot at 3 cops. Now, normally I'd be like, good for you, bro. No one knows, like, what the case is. No one knows, what, like, who knows? Maybe he's an abuser. I don't know why the cops showed up at his place, but he was like, pew, 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 to 3 of them. Now he might go to jail forever. And this woman's just like, yes, but I love him. Like, do y'all want a part 2? I can't get over this story.